myths about diet and nutrition.
Yeah.
So can you just give clarity about those?
Now coming back to the complex carbohydrates which are good for you, which you need, which are required for your energy. You need energy to work throughout the day.
So what do you think we need to do in our diet to increase or reduce our weight?
Coming to the weight loss or weight gain, again, so many theories, so many research, so many things are coming up these days.
So how do you control or how do you make the children understand about healthy eating?
Right? So I would suggest that ultimately the responsibility on the parents is not on the child. We just blame the children for everything.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಪ್ರಜಾವಾಹಿನಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾನು ಅರ್ಚನಾ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಪೋಷಣೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ರುಚಿ ವರ್ಮಾ ನಾರಾಯಣ್. Ruchi Verma holds a postgraduate degree in biotechnology and who did her research in IIT Delhi and in UK. Though she was working in Mumbai, her passion towards nutrition and fitness led her path to Bangalore and she established herself as an entrepreneur and a fitness enthusiast in Bangalore. Today, she is a proud owner of Fit Lounge Fitness Center and also a restaurant Just BLR. Today, she is inspiring many fitness enthusiasts by giving valuable suggestions to gain their fitness goals, and today she is with us to share her knowledge about diet and nutrition. Welcome Ruchi, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much Archana for inviting me here, and it's such a pleasure to be in your show. I've been watching all the interviews and they're just amazing.
Thank you so much for that, so sweet of you. So there are so many myths about diet and nutrition.
Yeah.
So can you just give clarity about those and what exactly is an ideal diet?
Okay, so when we talk about myths, there are like carbohydrates are bad for you, fats are bad for you. But let me tell you, none of these are bad for you if you're having it in a moderate amount, right? So if they say carbohydrates are bad, if you're eating carbohydrates in all your meals in large amount, definitely they will be bad. And carbohydrates have been divided into two, like there are complex and there are simple carbohydrates. So simple carbohydrates are nothing but they are empty calories. When we say empty calories, it means the nutritional value is very less, and and under that comes your pastries, your cakes, all the packaged food, processed food. So that's where they are bad for you. Anything which is coming in package is definitely bad for you because it has lost all the nutritional value and only the salt, sugar and all these chemicals which are added to improve their shelf life. Now coming back to the complex carbohydrates which are good for you, which you need, which are required for your energy. You need energy to work throughout the day. If you, for example, if you see a labor working, what do they eat? They only eat carbohydrates, nothing but chapatis, bajra, nachni, ragi, all these things. And how do they get energy from? Entire day they are working. So carbohydrates are very good. When I come to complex carbohydrate, it means your rice. You can have white rice in moderate amount, you can have brown rice also in moderate amount. It doesn't mean that you can eat endlessly and limitlessly, right? So anything which goes beyond moderation is bad for you. Same comes with fats. So fats are not bad for you. Yes, they are also classified into different fats. Like there are trans fat. I will come to the bad point first and good point later. So trans fats are really bad. Again, they are found in processed food. They are found in your cakes, pastries, unless they are baked at home and you know what is going inside it. So anything which is coming from the factories, from the marketing and all that is bad. And then now coming back to the good fats, which are unsaturated fats and saturated fats. Saturated fats is your coconut oil, which is widely used in South India and it is good. Again, in moderation. 2 to 3 tablespoons in a day is more than enough. Under saturated fat also comes ghee, which is proven to be very good. I know vegans will not agree with me. They have a different scientific theory behind it. But in olden days, why ghee was considered good? Because they used to breed cows in their homes. They used to consider them as their child. Even we used to have the milk, and the calf also have to have the milk. But what happened now, it is like it's been marketed, it is commercialized so much that the cows are being tortured. That's why the vegan people are against it. But anyway, coming back to the ghee, it is really good for your joints, it is good for your heart. Again, in moderate amount, 1 or 2 teaspoons in a day. Yeah, and yeah, there are many myths, but anything in moderation is good for your health.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and now coming back to the second part, which is what is an ideal diet. Okay, so ideal diet, there are 5 components of food. Okay, there's carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. You get all these when you include all these 5 components. You can say these are 5 fingers and that makes a fist. Okay, so you are strong enough when you're having all these 5 items in your food. So that includes your rice, that includes your chapatis. It can be wheat, whole wheat. So try having whole grains because they also contain fibers, right? So whole grains, you can have pastas which are made of whole wheat, and then pulses, legumes, all these your fruits which have starch, which has sugars, they all come under carbohydrates, potatoes, sweet potatoes. And then coming to the proteins, for non-vegetarians there are ample of options are there. There is chicken, there is fish, eggs. And coming to vegetarians, there are still many options. You can have lot of beans, soya, paneer, of course everything in moderate amount. These are the proteins. And now fats, as I said, ghee and oil. Try cooking in the oil which are produced in your region, like the mustard oil is very common in North India. So try cooking food in mustard oil if you are making a North Indian dish, I would suggest. And if you are living in South India, I think the coconut oil is very common here, and I personally use olive oil because it anything which is coming from the seeds are really good. So the olive oils and like til oil, sesame oil, these are good. Coconut oil is good, again in a moderation. And then coming to the fibers are also very important. Vitamins and nutrients which are present in fruits and vegetables. So your plate, it should be comprising of all these 5 pillars of nutrition. That comprises of an ideal diet. There's a lot to talk about this. You can talk endlessly about these topics. There are so many research, so many studies have done. Please don't educate yourself going on the Google and reading randomly anything. People are doing anything and everything. I would suggest follow the tradition which your family has been following, and eat local, eat seasonal. Fruits, it's not that the kiwi is bad. But yes, if there is a guava season, please have guava. It's orange season, please have orange. Yes, mangoes, they are like, people say it's high calorie, sticky and all that. But I would say if it is in a season, please eat, yes, in moderation. I will always add that word, in moderation. Yeah.
ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಆಹಾರ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಎಂತಹ ಆಹಾರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾವು ತೂಕನ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಡಯಟ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅವರ್ ವೇಟ್? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್?
Okay, so coming to the weight loss or weight gain, again, so many theories, so many research, so many things are coming up these days. As I said, follow what your traditional things have been following. Your forefathers, your grandmothers, your grandfathers, what all they are doing, they are absolutely good in teaching you or educating you enough. And weight loss and weight gain doesn't happen only with food. That's the biggest myth. It comprises of lot of other factors around as well. So yes, when coming to the food, when you want to lose weight, please do not cut down any of those 5 fingers or 5 pillars of nutrition which I said, because they work in unison. Okay, so they basically weight loss doesn't happen like that. You have to develop good habits, then becomes a good health, and then you have a weight loss which is irreversible, or you don't go back again to where you started. That's what happens. We'll come to this fat diets later. So that's what is happening nowadays. So the quick weight loss, people leave carbohydrates aside. They're only eating proteins. In the long runs, they don't know how they're deteriorating their health. They're compromising on their health. Same way, they are they are only eating fruits, or they're only having water. These are the things which in the long run are not good for your health. So first you have to focus on your health, whether you're losing weight or you're gaining weight. For both the things, you have to focus on your health, develop good habits. Along with that, exercise is must for both. Since I belong to this field where health and nutrition and exercise all go in unison, I recommend exercise for everything. Yes, food, exercise, a good sleep. Whether you want to lose weight or you want to gain weight, for both you need good sleep, you need a good environment, you need a stress-free life. So everything works in a unison. Yeah, so losing weight, again coming back to good habits, good food habits. 3 good meals in a day. Let's start it with breakfast, lunch and dinner, which comprises of all 5 items which I said, 5 fingers, 5 pillars of your fist, and then in between. So I personally believe in eating 6 small meals, 6 to 7 small meals throughout the day after 2.5 to 3 hours, because I feel the metabolism is stable. How you lose weight? When your metabolism is good, when your metabolic rate is good. Yeah. And for losing, this is for losing weight. When we talk about gaining weight, again your 5 pillars come into the action, also the exercises, because if you gain weight in a wrong way, if you have more fat in your body, again, it's not that a thin person cannot get a heart attack or a thin person will not have a diabetes. It both can happen. If any of the nutrient is more in your body, if fat is more in your body, it will show the adverse effect, right? So for gaining weight also, a proper meal is required. You don't have to have extra ghee, or you don't have to have extra banana to gain weight. Yes, you can add on exercise, which includes strength training, lift weights, that will develop your muscles, that will increase your bone density as well, and that's how you gain weight. Yeah, so you have to include certain food like good fat, ghee of course, and then some seeds which are good in omega-3, omega-6, like flax seeds, watermelon seeds, pumpkin seeds. Coconut is very good. Any fat which has fiber in it is very good. Like instead of having coconut oil, if you can chew on some grated coconut or just the coconut chunks, they are more beneficial because you are getting fibers along with it, right? And then avocados are very good. Again, everything in moderation. So whether it's losing weight or gaining weight, it's all about developing good health and then focusing on that part. So that is not irreversible.
ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಟಿವಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ ಜಾಹೀರಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಇಂಥದೇ ಬೇಕು, ಇಂಥದ್ದು ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಜಂಕ್ ಫುಡ್ಗಳನ್ನ ತುಂಬ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಮೇಲೂ ಜಂಕ್ ಫುಡ್ ತಿಂತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಮೋಷ್ನಲ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಟೀನೇಜ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಈಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಫುಡ್, ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿಂಜ್ ಆನ್ ಸಮ್ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್. So how do you control, or how do you make the children understand about healthy eating? How do they get the concept of healthy eating?
Yeah, so it all starts from us as a parent. It is our duty to make them understand first of all. I know when kids are small, they cry, they throw tantrums. We usually give them a chocolate or we give them a mobile to play. So again, it comes back to us, that it is our responsibility. So when they are throwing tantrums, instead of making them understand and talking to them, pacifying them in a different way or distracting them, we hand over a chocolate to them, or we hand over a cookie to them, or a candy to them, right? And that becomes a habit. They think, okay, it's and as I said before, brain only understands the language of sugar or carbohydrate because it releases dopamine, right? And child becomes happy. Next time he wants to get that thing done, he'll again show that he wants to eat the same thing, he will show the tantrum again, right? So again, the responsibility comes to the parents, and as we say, education starts from home, right? The first educator is the mother. So when we teach them good values, good sanskar, why not teach them good habits, good eating habits? First part. Second part, if you don't get all these things home, if you don't bring coke, if you don't bring chips, where will they find? They won't go out, step out or eat, right? I'm talking about the small kids. We'll come to the teenager later, right? So the kids will get distracted. If they see a Mercedes ad on TV, they want a Mercedes car, you're not going to buy Mercedes for them, right? You'll make them understand that, okay, when time comes, when we earn more money, we can buy. Right now, it's not the time. So the distractions will be everywhere. It's up to you how you make the child understand. And also, if you not bring anything home, they will not end up eating. Instead, I would say, if give them besan ka laddu, which is wholesome in its own way, reduce the sugar quantity or add jaggery, a healthy sugar, a healthy substitute of sugar rather. Indulge them in better things rather than packaged food, processed food. If they really want a cake, bake it at home. You know what you're putting. It's under your control, right? So I would suggest that ultimately the responsibility on the parents and not on the child. We just blame the children for everything.
ಹಾಗೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್? ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಏರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ನ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ಸ್ನ ಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ಮಿಸ್ಕನ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್? ಹೌ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್?
So our body is maximum, it's made of water, okay? And for every function of our body, anything, may it be digestion or circulation or anything, passing nutrients from one part of the body to the other, from blood to cells, everything requires water. And people, I don't know why people don't drink water. It's such a amazing thing to drink. Okay, so again, it comes from good habits. If you don't have good habits of drinking water, you will treat it as a back end thing. You won't realize that how important water is, and some people don't feel thirsty, so they don't think it's a need to drink water, but water is very, very, very important. If you don't like the taste of water, I usually prepare a detox water. It is called detox water, but you can add some ingredients in it, like you can add ginger to it, you can add cucumber, mint, which itself has more properties. You can add some fruits, and you can make water flavorful, and you can drink that way, right? Or you can sip coconut water, you can sip lemon water. There are ample amounts of things. Coming to Coke, coming to Fanta, coming to all these aerated drinks, we all know they're not good, but we still end up drinking them. So it's up to you. Your health is in your hands. How good or bad it is. So yes, you have to stop drinking them. They're again satisfying your sugar cravings, because there is nothing but sugar in it. There are a lot of empty calories. There's nothing good about Coke or Fanta. I think a lot of people are now aware of this, and it's only just the teenagers and that sector of that
The young generation.
They feel very cool about drinking that. So again, as a parent, as a teacher, in school, as I said, we should introduce why they are good, why they are bad. If we
Than just giving them the nutrition class,
if we
give them why.
education about this, they will definitely listen to it, and somewhere or the other it will get into their head. Okay, this is not good for me, or this is bad for me. They will know where to differentiate, what to differentiate. So again, coming to the water, yes, it's at least 8 to 10 glasses of water is very, very important. If you forget, you can set a reminder, but I would suggest that your body is not a robot, you're not a robot, so you don't need reminders. You should yourself remind that, okay, I should drink water. Keep a bottle ready. If you are a working woman or a working personal, keep a bottle ready in front of you. You will definitely end up drinking it. Reduce your caffeine. If you are very fond of drinking coffee or tea, you can replace it with, there's something called green coffee. You can just add in plain water and drink. It's not that adverse effects as the black coffee or a milk coffee would do. You can have green tea at least twice a day. There are a lot of studies saying green tea is good, green tea is bad, but what works for you, just go with it. You know your body best. We are, if we look ourselves and if we, talk about ourselves, we know what suits us and what doesn't suit us. It's just you have to be aware of your own self. So coconut water you can have, drinking detox water or a flavorful water, or just a simple jeera water, ginger water. There are ample possibilities which you can explore and you can have it.
So being hydrated is important. Whatever path you choose,
Exactly.
be it buttermilk, coconut water, jeera water, or any flavored water, just have water. Having water itself is a cure for many things. ನೀರಿನ ಅಂಶ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡಯಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಹೆಸರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಬಟ್ there are so many diets which we are surrounded by, be it keto, be it intermittent, and there are people who are happy doing those diets, then they are happy with their results too. But on a long run, are these an optimum choice to opt for, or what is your opinion on that?
So as I said earlier, when we talk about these fad diets, so fad is nothing but what is in fashion, right? So if there is a polka dots in fashion, we'll wear polka dots, but it doesn't work in the long run. Ultimately, a sari, a blouse, which is always which works, it is like evergreen thing. So why to go with these diets which are not helping you in long run? Yes, that moment it gives results. But again, as I said, if you're cutting down on one of the nutrients, as far as I know, I don't like keto diet, but I have nothing against it. If people are happy, let them be happy, but let them also realize that it is not good in the long run, because it is cutting down your carbohydrates completely. It focuses mainly on the fat, it focuses mainly on the protein, right? So if you're cutting down on one pillar of your fist, you can imagine you can't write with 4 fingers, so you cannot do anything with 4 fingers. So it's very, very important. That thumb is very important, the carbohydrate is very important in the long run. So these kind of diets create problems in the long run. Why not choose something which will help you lifelong? If you look yourself 20 years ahead or 25 years ahead, you should be following the same lifestyle, same diet, same health routine, right? Why to do in a season? Okay, now it's a keto
Short-term
season.
goals and short-term results.
I'll do keto diet. After some time, some paleo diet will come. Okay, I will follow paleo diet. I will follow a GM diet. Why to do that and disturb your whole body? Our body is designed in such a way that it takes all the 5 nutrients in a proper way and function in a proper way. So I would suggest, from my side, from my experience and the people around me, I will never suggest a keto diet to them.
And what do you have to say about nutrition and exercise? Like, how important are they? Equally important, or nutrition plays a larger role, or exercise? How do you equate them? How do we need to get a balance in between both of them?
Some form of exercise along with a good nutrition is really, really important. Okay, because the calories which you are eating, some of the calories are utilized in your metabolism. So like when your heart beats, it requires some kind of energy. So some energy is gone there. Then for digestion, some energy is gone there. So what you're eating should also be burned out. So some of the calories are burned out like that. what is left, if you won't exercise, they will remain and you put on weight. So there has to be definitely has to be a balance, but nothing is complete without each other. So if you only exercise and only live on junk food, it won't work. If you only eat good food and not exercise, it won't work. So both goes hand in hand. Yeah, so according to your body type, you can work out. If you like walking, you can go for walks. You can do yoga. If you like dancing, you can dance. You can do there are some strenuous workout like HIIT. So it all depends on what your body can take. If you have certain health issues or certain medical issues, you can't jump. You can go for easy exercises. You can go for Pilates. It's very good, one of the amazing workouts, and you don't feel like you are sweating, but yes, you are toning up yourself. You are gaining a lot from Pilates. And then you can go for walks. Walks are the best. So as you grow old, you won't be able to do the same kind of exercises which young people can do. So walking is one of the best. Twice, once in the morning, once in the evening, 45 minutes walking is more than enough. Otherwise, 30 minutes of exercise 5 times a week is good enough.
So keeping yourself active is the main key.
Active. And other time also, don't just sit around and scroll your mobiles or do this. Keep yourself active. Keep doing. Either now most of us are in a lockdown. We are locked in a house and we don't know what to do. We are simply watching movies in the Netflix. Rather, arrange your wardrobe, arrange things in the kitchen. Do gardening. Have inculcate some hobbies if you don't have, or bring back the hobbies which you once used to enjoy. Let it be singing, let it be dancing, but keep yourself busy and active.
Now that you have
That's
the time,
more important. So calorie in has to balance by calorie out, right? So some calories are used in the body, some you have to work out to
burn them out. And it also energizes as a person. You be more active,
you feel
happier.
You feel active, you feel good about yourself. It's all about feeling.
So what message you want to give on a whole? What is the takeaway from this for our audience? Like, what do you want to say? Might be your tips, what you are following by, like, from ages, or the age-old tips we were having always but have been ignored. What is that takeaway? What the message you want to give?
Definitely, I would like to tell that age-old remedies, age-old things, age-old food habits are the best. Follow that. Anything which is there on the Google might not be as informative as our dadis and nannies have given us, what our mothers have told. In fact, when we talk about fast also, that is also age old. We ignored over a period of time, right? That we call we call it intermittent fasting. It's not a new word for us, for Indians. It has come long way. It has come from age old. They were doing it. It has been now, when the discoveries were done, it was found that when you go in a fasting period, the cancer cells started dying. So that's how it came into, light. Yeah, so that's how people realized the importance of fasting. But our daddies and nannies were doing it. Yeah, so we were always. So I would suggest the audiences that do not ignore what your parents, your grandparents are telling. They have the experience. They know the food better than you. You know more about the packaged food. You know more about the advertisement. They have not seen the advertisement. They know from their knowledge, and they have got it from their ancestors, right? Your food, your plate is your responsibility. Try giving your body the best you could, and it's not about the external, it's also about the internal. I think it's more about the internal than
hunger is always not a hunger. Ask what you're hungry for, and just be aware of what you're eating.
Be aware of your body. Our body gives a signal every time something happens. This body will give you a signal. If you are in your senses, if you are aware of your body, you can tackle anything like this.
ಈ ಪ್ಯಾಂಡಮಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಆಹಾರ, ಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕ ಆಹಾರದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಈ ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲಿಸ್ತಾ ನಾವು ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇರೋಣ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಸಮಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting.
Thank you for coming.